Hi everyone, it's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations, and welcome to our premiere video this week. Thank you if you're watching the premiere when it goes live, and if you're watching the replay, I appreciate you being here. We have a fun fold card today that I think you're going to like, and we're going to get started in just a minute. So thank you for being here. Be sure and pop your name in the comments, say hello, let us know where you're watching from. So I am going to move my other camera into view here. And we're going to get started. Here we go. Now we got it. Okay, let's see if I can get desk just right. Okay, so this week we have been working on cards to encourage. Okay, so today, in fact, which is, let me get my information straight. Today is the National Day of Encouragement. Okay. No, tomorrow. I'm sorry, Friday, September 12th is a National Day for Encouragement. And I said, what a great idea to make cards to encourage, okay, to encourage students, to encourage friends, neighbors, your spouse, just to give a little note of, it can be of appreciation, it can be of gratitude, it can be of you've got this card. And so this week I've been using sentiments from the Label Me Grateful. And today I'm using Amber Autumn in this You're Simply the Best. Okay. I'm going to flip here to the mini catalog. And so this is on page 40 of the mini catalog. The Amber Autumn bundle has some beautiful autumn sentiments that you've seen me share. And also it has these grateful for you, thanks, you're simply the best, blessed to have you in my life, all good encouragement sentiments. So we're going to be using that and some of the new paper here called Peaceful Garden. Now, this is in the catalog. Let me see if I can find a different page of it. In the catalog, you have the pages that have the sticker sheets that go with it that are great for scrapbooking, but also you can buy just the paper. So let me grab that page so you can see that. Okay, so here it's part of the Peaceful Garden Suite. And so it has these beautiful blues and beige, just gorgeous paper that you can use for the holiday season and other times, which is how we're using it today. Okay, so that's on page 33 of the mini catalog, this beautiful designer paper. All right, let's get started. I chose to use Secret Sea, beautiful dark blue in color that's kind of a blue-gray. And we're going to do some score lines. I'm going to grab in my Simply Scored scoring tool. And we're going to put this up here. And it's 8 by 5.5. Okay, so it's a little shorter. Oh, actually, I need to cut this one, don't I? That's 8.5 by 5.5. So let's do that cutting. 8 by 5.5. I'm going to grab my trimmer. Yeah, a lot of juggling in here. So I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch right here on this side. Okay, and then we're going to score. And I like when I have multiple scores like this, you can do it with your trimmer, but I like to not have to shift my paper. So that's why I use the Simply Scored. So let's grab this back in here, and now we're right. And we're going to do, let's see, 1 1/2. Let's move this to the side here. 1 1/2. 2 3/4. 5 1/4. And 6 1/2. Okay. All right. So we've got those score lines. Let's go ahead and burnish on those for our fun fold. So these are going to fold in. And I could not find the name of this particular fold, so I'm calling it the front panel double fold. I'm sure there's a name, but that's widely used. So if you know it, you can pop it in the comments. So we've got this little double fold here, okay? All right. Now with that, you see it's going to open this way. And we're going to mount that on a piece of 5.5 by 4.25 of Secret C. Okay, but before we do that, I want to put some designer paper strips here. So I have cut 2 accent strips from the main design that I'm using, which is this one that's going to be on the front panel. So I'm going to put these. It's 2 3/4 by 5.25, and I'm going to glue both of those on the side there. And I'm going to come in about 1/8 of an inch from the top and bottom and 1/8 of an inch from the side. And y'all, I just eyeball it, okay? Okay, let's use some liquid glue. This color that is going to be showing is Cloud Cover, which is another one of our in colors, and it is a good contrast to that Secret C in the background, which is why I chose it. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and get this one here. Like that. Come down a little bit. Try to keep it straight, Lisa. And there we go. Whoop. Got the wiggle room with the liquid glue, which is, that's a friend for it to be able to move a bit if you don't get it just right. Okay, so now this piece is going to glue right in the center there. Okay, so I'm lining it up. It goes top to bottom. Okay, it's the same 5.5 here. So we're going to go ahead and put that on using some liquid glue. You could use Stampin' Seal Plus as well, or Stampin' Seal, but you know me, I like my wiggle room. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get this down here. I'm going to stand this up, put that in the center there. Okay, I'm going to come this way and see my positioning here. And then this way to see my positioning here. So I'm trying to do it about the same on both sides, where there's just a little hairline in there between the fold and the designer paper. So I'm going to make sure I have top to bottom matching there. And there is the first part of our fold. Now, this is going to have a front panel on this side, okay? So we're just going to embellish or add a piece of designer paper over here on this side. So I chose the flip side of that cloud cover, 1.25 by 5.25. And that is going to go right here. Look at those blues, how pretty. I love the last several years that our mini catalog, which I like to call the holiday catalog this time of year, but has come out. We've had some beautiful blue designer paper, and I love that. One of my team members loves blue, so I know she's loving this collection of papers. Aren't you, Lynn? Okay, so we have that there. And then for the inside, where you can write your encouraging message, we have a piece of 2.25 by 5.25 basic white. And I'm just going to add a little bit of designer paper to the bottom. I use this floral print that's going to be on our front panel, and it's going to go right here at the bottom. I'm not going to stamp a sentiment on the inside. That kind of leaves me some room to use the card maybe in different ways. So the front sentiment is going to say, "You're simply the best." But, I mean, it could be a birthday card. Oh, goodness, Lisa. Let me go ahead and put this in since I got glue on the back of it. I'm going to grab my seal so it's quick here. So as I was saying, the front is going to say you're simply the best. So it could be a birthday card, it could be a congratulation card, or like we've been making this week, the cards of encouragement. Okay. So that is tomorrow, the National Day of Encouragement. So we can all use a little bit of encouragement, can't we? All right, so you see how this is coming together? I love it. Fun folds. Okay, so next for the front panel, we're going to need a piece of 3.5 by 5.5 of Secret Sea, okay? And I'm going to take that off and use a piece of 3.25 by 5.25 of this beautiful floral print. And that we're going to just put right there in the center. So on this, we're going to glue completely down on the front of this panel, which is why I call it the front panel double fold. We've got our double fold here on the inside. Okay, let me go ahead and glue this down. All right. So now, let me show you what we're wanting this to do. So I'm going to pull this together, and we want this to be centered from this side to this side. But we're only going to put adhesive on this side. Okay, so let me try it this way with this so I don't get glue everywhere. I'm going to use some seal, and I'm just putting a little bit. It's not making me happy. Let's try this way. Okay, so now let's close these up, center this side to side, line it up top to bottom, and give it a press. So it's just adhesive on this left front fold, and then look, bam. And it makes such a pretty, I know you can't see the front of it, such a pretty display like this. Okay, all right. So next we're just going to embellish the front a little bit with our sentiment. Aren't those blues gorgeous? Oh my goodness. So it's Secret Sea, Cloud Cover, Misty Moonlight, all in there with the basic white. Ooh, so pretty. Okay, so next I've already stamped and die cut You're Simply the Best, and I've used Secret Sea as the backing. I used here the Stylish Shapes dies, these two circles, that's the smallest, the second and third circle there, okay? I use these all the time. And I stamped in Secret Sea. Let me just use some adhesive here so I don't struggle with that glue bottle again. I'm trying to finish up the bottom of some of my glues that are over here on my desk. Okay, I'm going to put that in the center there. I'm going to bring it down a little bit because I want the top of those little florets there to show. So I'm going to come down about like that. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. I like that. Okay. All right, so that needs a little more something on the front, right? So I've got some of this woven basic white ribbon. It's on the last chance list at the time of this recording. So it may or may not still be there, but we have other white ribbons as well. I just love this ribbon. I hate that it's going away. I'm going to just fold over. This is about 2 inches, so about 4 inches total. And I'm going to angle cut this. And then I'm going to use some linen thread to cinch this and tie it together for a different kind of ribbon treatment other than a bow. Okay. All right. cut off a piece of our very versatile linen thread. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, pinch this together. And then so I can tie it around. So on this one, I'm just going to tie it in a knot. Okay, and then you can use, you could use just linen thread if you'd like. You could use a Secret C or one of the in color ribbons. But I thought with the white, it just kind of brought it out nicely. And that didn't do like I wanted it to do at all. So let me pull it around this side. I didn't tie it tight enough. Do you see that? I want it to cinch it. Bam, that's good. Okay. Let me go ahead and tie this. Okay. Trim a little bit off. I really wanted a little curl to this, so I'm taking my bone folder and just kind of flipping that a little, train that little linen thread. And I'm going to put a glue dot behind the cinch and attach it to the front here. So I'm just putting the glue dot there, picking it up, and then that right there. Just a fun little ribbon treatment. And then I'm going to use some of our, let's see, what do they call these? In color flat pearls. Okay, so let me see. Let me grab my, take your pick tool, and I'm going to do them on this side. I think I'm going to do 2 down here and 1 up here. That's the way I had done earlier. So let me go. I think I'm going to put the larger one here, and then one of the smaller ones, oops, here, and then this mid-size one up here. Okay. All right, there is our fun fold for today. I will be making more of these in different styles and different stamp sets. We'll have to do a Christmas one, won't we? Okay, so here is our front panel double fold. Okay, that I hope you will give it a try. Here's the original one I did. Okay, looks pretty much the same. So I appreciate you watching today. Thank you so much for being with me. Be sure and follow me on Facebook at Ink and Inspirations with Lisa Brown if you're not already there. And I will talk to you again soon. It's Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, inspiring you to create, share, and make a difference. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.